7 tips for mobile phone photography. In essence, things you should do, 7 things you should do and know before you start taking product pictures with your mobile phone. Hi, my name is Simbi, also known as Cindy herself, the first and the last person you need to learn mobile phone product photography. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to do so you don't miss out on gems I drop weekly to teach you more about product photography. Now let's dive into it. The 7 tips to mobile phone photography, product photography to be specific. Number 1, get a good phone. And no, I do not mean, or I'm not specifically referring to you getting an iOS device. No, I use Android phones and they are good. They have been good. You can choose to get an iOS phone or an Android phone. Now, my advice is you get a phone or you use a phone that is no less than 18 megapixels. And here's why. The higher those numbers, the higher the number, the higher the quality of pictures you get. Now that doesn't mean, and I am not saying that phones that are lesser than 18 megapixels will not work. They could work and they could give you good photos. But phones with higher megapixels give you better quality and are able to capture more details in your product pictures. Now, you could sell me, or you could say, oh, Cindy, I have a phone that is 18 megapixels, that is 20 something megapixels, but I still don't get bright pictures or clear pictures. Well, there could be other reasons as to why that is happening. It could be that you do not clean your phone lens before you take product pictures. That is one thing that people do not realize, or they forget to do so whenever they're taking photos. It may sound simple, but we always forget to do that. So if you keep in mind to always clean your phone lens before you take your product picture, that could help. Another reason is your phone lens could be with a lot of scratch. So many people do not bother to care for their phone lens. They are only worried about their screen. Now, your phone lens is as important if you want to go into mobile photography or if you use your phone to take shots of your product. So take care of your phone lens and prevent it from scratches. That is another reason why your phone, your pictures can look unclear or have low quality. Another reason could be that you do not set focus on your phone before you take the picture. What do I mean? Focus meaning you do not tap on the screen where the product is before you tap on the shutter button. Now, not setting focus to the product could also give you blurry shots or unclear images. Another reason could be that you're not using enough light. Enough light is not getting into your phone lens. That is why you have dull images. That is what brings me to the next tip. Number 2, you need to get adequate lighting. You need to have enough light before you take your shots. Now, there are 2 ways to it. It's either you use the natural light or the artificial light. Let me explain this to you. Let's start from the basics. Photography itself is all about light, capturing light. Now, if there is not enough light, you cannot get enough details in your picture. Now, what do I mean by natural light? Natural light is the daytime light, outside light, light made by God. When you go out in the day, that's what is called natural light. Artificial lights are lights made by man, like the bulbs, the fluorescent, the ring lights that we all know, softboxes, LED lights. Those are artificial lights. Now, if you choose to use the natural light, by the way, most lights are good to use to take product pictures with your phone. It's dependent on your choice and the time of the day that you choose to take these pictures. Now, natural light, you can only get it during the day. You cannot get it in the night time. So if you're the kind of person that takes shots at night, you would most likely need artificial lights. Now, if you choose to take light during the day using natural lights, I advise you go out in the open space, outside where there's shade, of course. Go outside, set up, and take your pictures. Do not try to take pictures close to your window. Hold on, I'm heading somewhere. Don't get me wrong. Let me explain why. And when you hear my reasons, you get to understand or see if it applies to you. In Nigeria, where I live, the windows that we have are being security compacted. How would I explain this? The windows in the houses and the homes in Nigeria where I live are being covered with burglary proof to keep away thieves. They're also being covered with nets, window nets, to keep away mosquitoes. Some go as far as using double nets. Now, all these things in the window blocks light from coming through. It actually blocks enough light that you need to take that shot from coming through. So now, if you have these kinds of windows in your homes, I do not advise you to try to set up your scene beside the window or beside the door to take your shot, because clearly and obviously you will not get enough light to take good product pictures. So it's better you take your stuff outside in the open space and take that shot. Now, if your window or your glass or your door is made of glass, of course, or it's an open window that is just that is not covered with anything, of course you can do that. Set up beside the window or beside the door. It's perfectly fine and it would work. Now, the other kind of light, which is the artificial lights, our ring lights, the softboxes, the LED lights, etc. Now, when you want to use these kinds of lights indoors, I always advise my students to use at least 2 light sources. There is a reason to that, so that you do not have too much shadows to cast out, and it makes your edits easier to do. 2 light sources, at least 2 light sources. You place one on the left, one on the right, or one in front and one on any of the sides. That could work. Remember, photography is lighting, and you're using a phone. It's all about capturing light, and you're using your phone. You need enough light to get into your phone less. Now, these 2 lights that you're using, they can be ring lights, both be ring lights. They can both be softboxes. They can both be LED lights. It does not matter the kind of lights you use, as long as they are bright and diffused. That is my advice on lighting. If you get if you're not satisfied with what you're getting, you can as well add more lights into the scene, making it a 3rd light. But for starters, 2 light sources are great for starters. Moving forward to number 3, and by the way, if you like what you're hearing from me and you like what you're watching, please don't forget to give this video a like. Thank you. So moving forward to number 3, which is important as well, you need to master an editing app. You just need to do that. You need to know an editing app. Why? Because it makes a huge difference. Editing improves on the look of your photo. And mind you, when you edit, you have to be very careful so you don't over edit in such a way that your final edit is now different from how the product or whatever it is you're editing in real life. Let me give an example. I've seen this happen so many times online, where small business owners edit their photos to look really good, but at the end of the day, the color looks so much different from how it actually does look in real life. So you have to keep that in mind, because that is bad for business. Do not edit to a point that you change the looks. You completely change the looks of your product in photo, that it doesn't look as much, that it doesn't look the same with real life. I'm sure you get what I mean. Now, the apps that I recommend to use to edit your photos in your phone are just my top two apps. One is the Snapseed app, and the second is the Adobe Lightroom app. The Snapseed app is quite easy to use and easy to understand, but the Adobe Lightroom can be complicated, but is more powerful. It is more powerful. It can give you much more amazing results than the Snapseed app. Don't worry. The reason I created this channel is to teach you how to use those apps, of course, and to talk about all the things you need to know on product photography, mobile photography, product styling. So you are in the right place to learn about these things. So today we're going to talk about the tips which I'm already talking about. And in subsequent videos, I will be showing you how to use these apps to edit. Not to worry, I got you. Moving forward to number 4 tip. Follow brands in your niche and product photographers. You know why? This is one of the best ways to develop your creative sense. The brands you follow, the product photographers you follow, can be local brands or local product photographers in your country, or international brands or international product photographers in other countries. It does not matter. The more amazing product pictures you feed your eyes with, by the day, the higher chances of you creating such. Your creative juice just start to flow when you see other people styling the kind of products that you sell. Now, you can follow them on Instagram, you can follow them on YouTube, of course, and you can follow them on Pinterest. You can follow them on these social pages. Keep up with them and search through hashtags. That is what I do. I follow a lot of brands that take shots of that take good product pictures of products that they sell, so that I can learn from them. So you're following these brands, you're following these product photographers to learn from them. Number 5, you need to use good backdrops and props. Let me explain what they mean and why. Backdrops are also known as backgrounds. They are the backgrounds you see other brands on product photographers use to take pictures of products. So the background is called backdrops, and there are different kinds of backdrops. There's backdrops of plain colors, there's backdrops of textures, there's backdrops of designs, etc. All sorts, big, small, paper, wood, etc. Now, it depends on the kind of products you sell before you get to know what kind of backdrops to use. But in general, you could as much and as well use any backdrops for your products, as long as it follows the vibe and the theme of your brand. What are props? Props simply mean other items that you see in a product picture that is not the product that is being advertised. Let me give an example. There are product pictures you've come across online, of course, and you get to see all these decorations in the pictures and the product standing somewhere in the center or somewhere being obvious, but the decorations around just make it more beautiful. Those kind of decorations, those kind of placements are props. They are there to beautify the product so that you are enticed to want to buy or engage. Now, let me tell you where you can find these props and how you can use them. If you live in Nigeria, you can find them on simbiprops.com. She sells props, backdrops, and lighting for use for photography and videography. The link is in the description below. The link to her website, the link to her social media pages, they are in the description. Just look it up. And if you are outside Nigeria, if you're in the country, she can also ship to you. She ships nationwide, she ships worldwide. But I can also recommend other sites that you can check, like AliExpress and Amazon. Those are websites that you can check out backdrops, props, and lighting for your photos and for your videos. Now, how do you get to use these props? Remember that I talked about you following other brands in your niche and product photographers. Well, another reason to follow them is to identify and study the kind of props and backdrops they use in their pictures, so that you can know the kind of props and the kind of backdrops you can also use to take your product pictures. I mean, that's pretty easy, and it helps you know what to shop for when you're scouting or sourcing for props and backdrops. And you're also in the right place, because I will be talking about props, how to use them, and backdrops on this channel. So if you haven't done it yet, please do not forget to subscribe, because I will be talking about props and backdrops. And you should also follow Simbi Props on Instagram, Simbi_props on Instagram. She also shows how to use certain props to take product pictures. Need I mention, personal items and natural objects are good props to use. You do not have to buy them because you already have them and they are in your surroundings. What do I mean by personal items? Sunglasses, jewelries, car keys, shoes. That is if they are not the products you're advertising, of course. You can use them as props in your shoot, in your scene. They're also nice to use, personal items, of course. And what do I mean by natural objects? Natural objects can be flowers, real flowers, of course, leaves, real leaves, wood barks, wood branches. Those are natural items. You find them around. Stones are also natural items that can be used for props. For props in skincare, for props in so many products that I can give examples of. Jewelries, wristwatches, natural objects, natural items can be used as props. Perfumes, of course. So you can buy props, you can source for them in your surroundings, you can find them everywhere. Number 6. I deeply recommend that you use the default camera in your phone to take pictures. From my experience, it has more settings for you to control than with the use of some app that doesn't really have much authority over your camera. So try as much as possible to use your default camera app in your phone. There will be a video showing you how to set up in settings, how to set up your default camera, put it ready to be able to take product shots. So I'm gonna make a video on that, a detailed video on that, on how to fix the settings of your camera to be able to take clear and sharp pictures. And last but not the least, number 7, do not use your phone flashlight to take a picture. That bright light that shows at the back of your lens, do not turn it on. It's not good for product photography. Like, it creates this dark surrounding and then this harsh light look on your product, which is totally bad. Do not use your phone flashlight, or do not have it turned on when you're taking product pictures. Indoors, outdoors, it does not matter. And do not use your fingers to pinch in to the screen before you take your picture. No. Do not zoom in. No. It's either you move closer to the subject and take your shot, and if you cannot move closer, take the shot that way, so when you edit, you can easily crop in close. More details about this, I will be talking about it when I'm doing in practical, how to take product pictures and how to edit product pictures. Now remember, do not turn on the flashlight when you're taking product shots. Indoors or outdoors is just bad. And do not zoom in. If you zoom in, you lose quality. Do not do that. Just take the pictures that way with your default camera. You move closer if you want to be closer, or if you're too far and you cannot move closer, take the shot that way and you will crop in the editing app. So that's it, guys. 7 tips to mobile photography. 7 things you should do and you should know about product photography using a mobile phone. Like I said, if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can continue to learn more about product photography, and I have loads of information to share with you guys. And if you have questions, please leave them in the comments. I will be reading and replying, and if you have suggestions on the next videos for me to make, please drop them in the comments. It will go a long way. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.